can't stop shaking.
Hey, Rinwell, tell me about your parents. What were they like?
They were kind. That's the part I like to remember. They could also be strict, though, especially when it came to magic. I never understood why I had to work so hard to learn magic. Why we couldn't just be done with it and live openly like everyone else. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. Of course, if I'd had known that one day I'd be doing this, I would have taken my studies more seriously. What about your parents?
Same deal. Run through the mill. Told constantly that training was the only way to survive in a world like this. It got bad enough that I ended up running away and siding with the Renans of all people. And now, I've got that training to thank for being alive.
I know how that feels.
The first time we met, you risked using your magic to stop me from kicking my dad's ass. You could have done anything else. You could have ignored it. So, why?
Yeah, I guess something about Zephyr reminded me of my own father.
You don't say. So, did your pops and mine look a lot like each other?
Not really. Not at all, in fact. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt a resemblance, I guess.
Wow. Well, I won't pretend I understand, but I'm glad. Your dad must have been a great guy.
He was.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
I won't forgive you! Here I come!
Devastation! Rising Phoenix! You're mine! This one's all mine!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
Take this! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix! Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern!
Not much longer to go.
Come on, prepare
One final push!
Let's do this together, Alvin.
Perhaps pound is more appropriate.
Less talking and more doing.
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I feel sprightlier than before.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is.
That's a pretty tall tower we're looking at climbing. We better eat now, cause who knows when we'll get to next.
True.
But don't worry. If anything happens on the way up, I'll make sure you're taken care of.
Good to know. Sure is good to be back in the pleasant climes of Menancia. Especially after the extremes of some of the other regions we visited.
Definitely. Your country is beautiful.
You do me an honor. However, this place was never mine to own.
I didn't mean it that way. Though, I guess technically you weren't born here either. Native or not, that doesn't change the feelings you had for the place. If I were you, I'd try to take a little pride in people's compliments.
Allow myself to feel pride, huh? That sounds like no easy task.
Nothing sounds easy when you overthink things the way you do. It must be exhausting.
He's always worrying about something. It's probably what gives him his eye for detail. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, so we'd noticed.
Let's change the subject, shall we? It's a wonder so many things coincided to bring us here. Alphen's awakening, Shion's decision to revolt, the Danon uprising in Calaglia, the Crown Contest's final, sputtering throws.
Zephyr's being in the right place at the right time. The fact that you happened to be a lord just as this was all going on.
It's almost as if we were brought together by design. By someone who wanted to bring down the system.
No, enough Hand of Destiny talk. We did this on our own steam. It's our responsibility to see it through.
Did Law just utter a pearl of wisdom?
I do think about things, you know. Just what do you take me for exactly?
Honestly, I always sort of pegged you as a likable dolt.
What the hell makes me a dolt, you dolt?
I mean, she did say he was a likable dolt, didn't she?
Let's refrain from poking this particular Zoogle any further. Some lessons just can't be taught.
Not to dolts, anyway.
That came out great. Everyone's gonna be real surprised. Kisara, let's talk for a bit. So, Kisara, once this fight is all over, I'm guessing you plan on heading back to Vicente?
Yeah. I've seen and learned so much traveling Dano with you all. I want to see those lessons applied back home. Hopefully I can use that knowledge to help reform Menancia even further, so it can be a model to other realms. What about you, Alphen? What's your plan?
That's a good question. I think I would be happy just to be able to put my fighting days behind me and live a calmer, more peaceful life. Granted, all I've ever known is how to swing a sword. I'm not sure that switch will be so easy. Still, as long as I have somewhere to come home to, somewhere with a roof and 4 walls without any holes in them, that'll be good enough for me. It would be a home with enough food to make sure I don't go hungry, and a warm bed at night so I don't freeze. It wouldn't have to be anything fancy.
You've always been modest like that. But you're forgetting something else that makes a home. Family. What if you and Shion...
I hate to make this conversation all about me. Is there anything you want for yourself once things are over?
For... myself? I've never really thought about it. Well, there is one thing I can think of. I don't know if I should say it, though.
Yeah?
I want a fishing pond.
Really?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a while now. I love fishing, but it's always been such a process to actually do. You always have to make all these preparations before you go out and fish. It'd be nice to have a place I could visit without that hassle. Dig a pond, fill it with water, and get some fish for it. If I could do that, I wouldn't have to worry about Zeugles, and everyone could use it.
You really do love fishing if you're even thinking of ways to help other people enjoy it.
I do. Just don't tell him I said any of this, okay?
Him? You mean Dohalim? True. If he caught wind of it, it might turn into a way bigger project than it really needs to be.
Not only that, he's still determined to make Vicente's residents happy. But personally, I feel his power would be better put to use elsewhere. So if I ever get around to making my fishing pond, I'd rather do it on my own.
Well, if you ever need help, don't hesitate to ask. I don't know my lures from my rods, but I can definitely help with any manual labor you need.
That's sweet of you to offer. I think I'll take you up on that. And then, with the fish I catch there, I could treat everyone to special home-cooked dinners. I'm getting excited already just thinking about it. I suppose I never realized until this conversation that I had any dreams like that for myself. Thank you, Alphen. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Rise and shine. We're almost ready to leave.
Guess I misread the landing.
Stairs. Which way do we go?
I say up. I sense presence is below us, but not as large.
Up it is, then.
I misread the landing. This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Can't get out of this!
Hurricane, right here. Bring you down. Let the marksman handle this.
Carve through armor!
Not in your dreams. That'll bring you down.
We got flyers.
I've got
You
this.
picked the wrong
Let a
fight.
marksman handle it.
Dragon form. All yours.
Tiger blade.
Orochi's fury. Severing wind. Blade inside me. Yours. Let's free.
Spirits within the soil. Awaken and recap!
Dragon form. Megasonic thrust. Orochi's fury. Severing wind.
Awaken and
Searing dance. I'm not done.
That'll bring you down.
Burn in hell. Dragon
Freezing
form.
storm. Do it.
Megasonic.
all yours, Kisara!
We did it!
Magnificently
Here I
done.
Dragon.
Anything in armor is all mine. Here.
You require
On guard.
Wind.
Havoc.
Soda. Okay. I'm in your deck, Dohalim.
Then tonight's meal is on you. Keep going.
By the power of the air. Vanish without a trace.
Stalagmite!
Far enough.
spirits within the soil. Awaken and wreak havoc!
Not on my watch!
Here I come! You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Form! Mega
Tiger Blade!
Shion!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes, a merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Rising Phoenix! I'm not done! Rising Phoenix! You're mine!
Into the
Dragon
shadow!
Form!
Tiger Blade!
Mega Sonic Thrust! Orochi Fury!
Blizzard Bloom!
Severed Wind! No escape! Lunar Rondo!
You're feistier than you look!
Can't change the future without getting your head.
Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Here I come!
That'll bring you down!
Regenerate!
I'm ready!
Blizzard Bloom!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block! I still got a ways to go!
Everything okay there, big guy? You look kind of pissed.
I'll say. He looks like he wants to bite the head off something.
What's eating at you? Come on, Alphen. You're gonna bring us all down if you keep that ferocious scowl on.
Oh, sorry. Do I really look that ticked off?
Yeah, it kinda makes you hard to talk to. So, what's bothering you?
It's a pebble.
A pebble?
Snuck its way into the back of my boot. I can't seem to get rid of it.
Oh, I totally get you. Weird how much it can get on your nerves, huh?
Yeah, it's barely bigger than a grain of sand. So how come it feels like I'm walking around on hot nails?
You know, maybe this is a crazy solution, but you could just take your boot off and give it a shake.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, of course. You're right. Phew. It's like I've been given a new lease on life. Thanks for the tip, Shion.
Seemed kind of obvious, but you're welcome? That's the trouble with windy places. All that fine debris ends up getting into your hair and clothes.
Alphen, is it just me, or have you become extra sensitive ever since getting your sense of pain back?
Now that you mention it, the other night at camp, there was a fly buzzing around that annoyed him so much, he unsheathed the blazing sword.
So much for sensitive. That's just being a Mr. Cranky Pants.
Nothing new on that front, then.
What's the matter, Alphen? You look a little tense.
It's nothing, really.
He wants to get angry, but knows that doing so would only prove our point. Hence the building frustration showing plainly on his face.
Would you stop analyzing things for 1 minute?
Point taken.